started with a new chapter, Human Reproductive System, which comes in 12th NCERT, chapter number 3. In the first lecture, so we discussed about the introduction to the reproductive system. In lecture number 2 and 3, we discussed about the male reproductive system. Now, in today's lecture, we'll discuss about gametogenesis, which is spermatogenesis we will discuss. Then we will get into the female reproductive system. So, our today's topic is 3.3, spermatogenesis. Under gametogenesis, today we are going to discuss the process of spermatogenesis. What is the process called? Spermatogenesis. Sperm means seed, right? So, genesis means production. So, production of seeds. So, the male seed is sperm. Production of sperms is called as spermatogenesis. It is an anabolic process. And do you know how many days it will take for the sperms to get produced? 74 days it will take for the sperm to be released out, to be matured and to be released out. And do you know what is the viability of the sperm? After insemination, till it is there in the male reproductive system, it will be nourished, right? It will be stored, epididymis will nourish it, ejaculated duct will nourish it, and then the seminal plasma also, that fructose and all will provide the nourishment. But after insemination, after the semen gets released into the female reproductive system, so then the viability is only 1 or 2 days. Within 1 or 2 days, within 1 to 2 days, it should fertilize the egg. If not, fertilization cannot happen, because the viability after outside the body is only 1 to 2 days, right? Now, we are talking about spermatogenesis. What is spermatogenesis? It is a process of making sperms. Sperms, what are they? Male gametes. Always the gametes are haploid, but we are diploid. Our body cells are diploid. Even our gonads are also diploid. Germ cells are also diploid. Then come on, what division do we expect to convert the diploid germ cells into haploid sperms? It will be meiotic division. So, what is spermatogenesis? Is it the process of formation of sperms from the diploid spermatogonia by a process called meiosis inside the gonad called testis under the influence of the male sex hormone called testosterone? So, this is what is spermatogenesis. And what is the age where sperm production starts? We call it is the age of puberty. In boys, the age of puberty is 13 to 14 years, right? The puberty age in boys starts from 13 to 14 years, where the hormonal production starts and the process of spermatogenesis begins. So, it begins in boys at the onset of puberty, which is 13 years or 14 years, and it continues uninterruptedly, continuously throughout the life. So, there are so many differences between spermatogenesis and oogenesis. In one section, we will detailedly discuss the differences between spermatogenesis and oogenesis. In oogenesis, the process of oogenesis, it will start before the girl is born itself. When she is in a mother's womb itself, oogenesis will start. But in boys, it starts at the age of 13 to 14 years itself. Okay. Again, oogenesis, it will stop at certain age, 40 years or 50 years. What is it called? It's called menstruation, when the menopause. When the menopause is reached, so the oogenesis process will stop. Means at 50 years, so the egg production stops in women. But it's not the case in men. In men, we told the process of spermatogenesis is a continuous process. It is throughout the life. Okay. All this is about introduction to spermatogenesis, right? Now, let's write down the points. As I asked you, like, if any suggestions you want to tell, like everything which I'm explaining, I'm keeping it on the board. So, any suggestions if you want to make the lectures better, so I'm asking you to post them in the comment box. If you like the video, give a thumb symbol, right? Let's go. So, we are talking about spermatogenesis. So, sperm means children, it is seed. And genesis means synthesis. Seed means gamete. Sperm production, male gamete production, seed production is called as spermatogenesis. The duration of spermatogenesis is 74 days. So, what is the duration of spermatogenesis? The duration of spermatogenesis is 74 days. What is the viability of the sperm? So inside the male reproductive system, it is viable. But after insemination, after it comes out the male reproductive system, 1-2 days only it will be viable. So 1 to 2 days after insemination. What is insemination? It is a process of releasing the semen into the female reproductive system during copulation, right? And what is spermatogenesis? Spermatogenesis, what is the definition if we have to give? It is the process of formation of haploid. It's the process of formation of haploid sperms. From where are the haploid sperms formed? They are from diploid spermatogonia, sperm mother cells. Form the process of formation of haploid sperms from where, children? From diploid spermatogonia. From the diploid spermatogonia, spermatogonia is diploid. Now from diploid spermatogonia, if you have to form haploid sperm, which division we need to do? Meiotic division, reduction division. So we need to do meiotic division, which is also called reductional division. Meiotic division is also called reductional division. So where is the process occurring? Inside the testis. The process is occurring inside the testis. Now under the influence of testosterone. Under the influence of which hormone? Under the influence of male sex hormone called testosterone. So if we have to tell what is spermatogenesis means, it is the process of formation of sperms, haploid sperms from diploid sperm mother cells called spermatogonia by meiotic division inside the testis under the influence of testosterone is called as spermatogenesis. When does it begin, children? It begins with the onset of puberty. It begins with the onset of puberty. What is the age of puberty in boys? It starts at 13 to 14 years. In girls at 10 years itself it will start. But in boys it starts little late. So the age of puberty in boys is 13 to 14 years. So it begins with the onset of puberty and it continues. And it continues throughout the life. It continues throughout the life. Whereas in women, it starts before she is born and it ends at 45 to 50 years where menopause is reached. This is one difference between spermatogenesis and oogenesis. Now, when we have to talk about the steps of spermatogenesis, there are 4 steps. First one is multiplication. Second one is growth phase. Third one is maturation phase. Fourth one is differentiation phase. So, we will summarize. I draw the diagram which is there. 3.8 spermatogenesis picture is there in the NCERT. I took the same picture. Now coming to the steps of spermatogenesis, I am telling it can be summarized in 4 steps. Now what is the first step? Multiplication. The first step is called multiplication phase. And what is the second phase called? It is the growth phase. Now third phase, multiplication phase, growth phase, and the third phase is called maturation phase. While the last phase is called differentiation phase. It is called differentiation phase. So, spermatogenesis can be explained in 4 steps. Multiplication. In the previous lecture, we discussed like after copulation, how much amount of semen will be released out? 3 to 4 ml. 3 to 4 ml of semen will be released out. In that 3 to 4 ml of semen, how many sperms are there? 200 to 300 million sperms are there. Now, if those many million sperms have to be produced, right, that means first of all the mother cell, the spermatogonia should undergo multiplication. That is why the first step is multiplication. Now, after multiplication, the cells which have been formed after division, even when we are after our birth, will be very small. So, the cells which are formed after multiplication will be very small. Then they need to accumulate the nutrients, right, and they need to grow in their size before undergoing maturation. So that's why they'll grow and they'll increase in their size. That's called growth phase. First, they will multiply, increase enormously in number, because always the male gamete production is enormous. Then after that, they increase in their size by accumulating the food materials and all. They reach their maximal size, which is called elongation, growth phase. Now the third one is called as maturation phase. In maturation, what happens? It undergoes meiotic division, because the mother cell is diploid, the sperm should be haploid. So where it undergoes reduction division, meiotic division means in the maturation phase. It undergoes meiotic division, primary spermatocytes, secondary spermatocytes are formed. Now the last one is differentiation. In differentiation, so till here we're drawing circle, 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 circle. The last one is differentiation, which is also called spermiogenesis, where the spermatid spherical structure gets converted into a tadpole-like structure called spermatozoa. This is the fourth step. Understood? Quickly take the screenshot. Now, we'll see one by one steps. What is the first phase in spermatogenesis? It is multiplication. What is it? Multiplication. Now we know that this is a seminiferous tubule. This is the place where spermatogenesis happens. Seminiferous tubule is internally lined by germinal epithelium. The germinal epithelium contains two types of cells. One cell is cube-shaped cell. What is that called? The cube-shaped cell is called as spermatogonia. The other one is a conical shell. It is a pyramid-shaped cell. It is a nurse cell. It is called Sertoli cells. So think this is one seminiferous tubule. This seminiferous tubule, internally it is lined by these cube-shaped cells. So what are these cube-shaped cells called? So these cube-shaped cells are called as sperm mother cells. And here and there it has a cone-shaped cell. Now all these are the cube-shaped cells which will become the sperm mother cells, right? So from here the multiplication starts. So this is a lumen, right? So what is the first phase I told? Multiplication. It is a multiplication phase. Now in multiplication phase, we are telling that the cuboidal germ cells will divide. Which division? Mitotically, to form the sperm mother cells called spermatogonia in multiplication phase. So these cells, what are they? Cuboidal germ cells. The cuboidal germ cells multiply. How do they multiply? Mitotically. What is the necessity of mitotic division? Because millions of sperm should be formed, right? For that, the cuboidal germ cells will multiply mitotically to form. What do they form? Spermatogonia. They form spermatogonia. This is called as multiplication phase. And spermatogonia, since they are formed by mitotic division, so they are diploid only and the number of chromosomes will be 46 only. Now two types of spermatogonias are formed. First one is called as type A spermatogonia. Second one is called as type B spermatogonia. Type A spermatogonia, it functions like a stem cell. It will continue multiplying. It will continue multiplying by mitotic division. Whereas type 2 will proceed down. So these are type A cells. They'll continue to multiply, they'll not come down. So they'll be increasing the spermatogonial productions, mother cells productions. Whereas type 2 cells, so that means these are type A cells and these are type B cells. Type B cells will proceed with the process of spermatogenesis. So type A spermatogonia, they will continue to divide. They will continue to divide and they act as stem cells. They act as stem cells. Stem cells means in our body we have stem cells which can make any cell of the body. So they will continue to divide, they will multiply and they'll increase the number. Whereas type B cells, they proceed to the process of spermatogenesis. Type B proceed to the process. What is the process? Spermatogenesis. They'll proceed to the process of spermatogenesis. Hope You understood the first step called multiplication. Now see here. So these are the cube cells. The cuboidal cells have undergone mitotic differentiation and they are forming spermatogonia. Two types of spermatogonia are formed, type A and type B. Type A will keep on multiplying, they'll increase the spermatogonial count. Type B is coming down till the red colored cells are called as spermatogonia. The ploid is 46. Now let's come to the second stage. We know the second stage is called growth phase, right? What is the second phase called? It is called as growth phase. Now what happens in the growth phase? In growth phase, pick the spermatogonia. Pick this spermatogonia and see what did I do from the red circle to the blue colored circle. The spermatogonia which have been formed just after division, they have to grow in size, they have to accumulate the nutrients, they should double their size and they transform themselves into these blue colored balls which are called as primary spermatocytes. Means they are growing in their size, so that's why they are called as primary spermatocytes. Means what happens in the growth phase? The spermatogonia, sperm mother cells which are called spermatogonia, right? They increase in size. They increase in size. How? By accumulating nutrients, right? By accumulating nutrients. So they will reach their maximal size. They will reach their maximal size. Spermatogonia, after accumulating the nutrients, they will reach their maximal size. Then we should call them as primary spermatocytes. They reach their maximal size and are called as, what do you call? We are calling them as primary spermatocytes. Primary spermatocytes. Till now, you did not do the meiotic division. So, means the diploid condition is still maintained. So, they will divide and increase their number. They will grow and they will increase their size. Now, they are matured enough to undergo maturation phase. Now, the third phase is called as maturation phase. The third phase is called as, in spermatogenesis, the third phase is called as maturation phase. These primary spermatocytes now, the primary spermatocytes, you can see here also, the primary spermatocyte starts reduction division. They undergo meiosis 1. One primary spermatocyte, if it undergoes meiosis 1, then it will make two secondary spermatocytes. One has made two secondary spermatocytes. Now, since it is meiosis 1 reduction division, so the chromosomal number, the ploidy, will become 23, not 46. Reduction division has happened. From one primary spermatocyte, you got two secondary spermatocytes. These two secondary spermatocytes will undergo meiosis 2 and they'll become 4. These 4 cells are called as spermatids. They're called as spermatids. Now, conversion of primary spermatocyte into secondary spermatocyte and further conversion of secondary spermatocyte into spermatid by meiosis. This complete phase comes under maturation phase. What happens in maturation phase? The primary spermatocyte. Shall I write down each? We'll write each primary spermatocyte. Each primary spermatocyte will undergo meiosis 1 and it will become 2. It will form 2, what are they called? Secondary spermatocytes. They're called secondary spermatocytes. Since meiosis 1 is a reduction division, the secondary spermatocytes will become half. The chromosome number will become half. And these secondary spermatocytes will undergo meiosis 2 because meiosis 1 and meiosis 2 will be followed. Now these two will become 1, 2, 3, 4. So what are they called? They are called spermatids. They are called spermatids. So one primary spermatocyte, meiosis 1, 2, meiosis 2, 4, it makes 4 spermatids. This process is called as maturation process. Now this is 46, secondary spermatocyte is 23 and spermatid will also have 23 chromosomes each. So this is maturation phase. Now the last one is called as differentiation phase. So this is a differentiation phase. Spermatid to sperm formation. transformation of the circle into a tadpole-like structure is called as differentiation, the fourth step. It can also be called as spermiogenesis. It can also be called as spermiogenesis. So lot of changes will happen there. We will see point by point where the haploid spermatid transforms itself into tadpole shaped spermatozoa. Then it becomes active. Then it will take the nourishment from the Sertoli cells and then it will be released out. Quickly take a screenshot. Yes. So we discussed 3 stages here. Now let us discuss the 4th stage also. The 4th stage is called as differentiation, or it is called as spermiogenesis, right? So stage 4 is called as differentiation, or it is also called spermiogenesis. Spermiogenesis is the last step of spermatogenesis. So it is also called spermiogenesis. Now come on, what is spermiogenesis? It is the transformation of spermatid into spermatozoa. So what is spermiogenesis? It is the transformation of spermatid into tadpole shaped sperm or spermatozoa is called as spermiogenesis. So many changes will happen. So what is the first change? Morphologically, the circular structure transforms into tadpole structure. So what are the changes? We will list down one by one. The first change I am telling, it's a morphological change. What is the morphological change? Means a spherical structure gets transformed into a tadpole shaped structure, isn't it? It gets transformed into a tadpole shaped structure. This is a morphological structure. In the tadpole structure, it will have a head, it will have a neck, body and tail, which is called as flagella, right? In the head region, it bears haploid nucleus and it bears a body called acrosome, which contains lytic enzymes to dissolve the egg membrane to penetrate into the egg. So now acrosome formation, acrosome is secreted by Golgi. That also happens here. Golgi secretes acrosome and this acrosome comes and collects in the head region. I am showing this as acrosome. What is the second change we can see here? The Golgi secretes acrosome. So Golgi secretes acrosome. What does the acrosome contain? Lytic enzymes, okay, which comes into the head portion, okay children. And after that, the remaining portion of the Golgi will disintegrate. That's the second change. The third one, below the acrosome, there will be a haploid nucleus. Elongated condensed haploid nucleus also occupies the head region. So, elongated haploid nucleus also comes to head. This is the next change we can see. If this is an acrosome, below the acrosome it contains a head, that it contains a nucleus that we can see. Then in the neck region a pair of centrioles will be formed and the centrioles will get separated into proximal centrioles and distal centrioles. So in the neck region a pair of centrioles will be formed. So separation of centrioles into proximal and distal, and you know, from the distal centriole, now from the distal centriole an axial filament runs through the body. So next one is formation of axial filament. From where? From the distal centriole, right? And then after the axial filament is formed in the body, now spirally arranged mitochondria will be there, because mitochondria provides energy, sperm has to swim, it needs energy. So formation of spiral mitochondria around the upper part of the axial filament. So next one, formation of spiral mitochondria, where in the upper portion of the axial filament. From the axial filament, spiral mitochondria will be there. Now from the distal filament, a whip like flagella will arise. A whip like flagella, it forms the tail. Whip like flagella will form the tail. So all these are the changes which happens during spermiogenesis, where a spherical spermatid gets transformed into spermatozoa. Now these spermatozoa means sperms. These sperms are embedded. They are embedded into Sertoli cells. You remember what are Sertoli cells? They are called as nurse cells, right? They are embedded into Sertoli cells for deriving nourishment. For nourishment. After they get their tails and all, flagella and all, they penetrate into the Sertoli cells to take the nourishment. And when they get their nourishment, then after the nourishment, they will be detached from the Sertoli cells, right? After nourishment, sperms detach from Sertoli cells. They'll come from the Sertoli cells. They'll come to the lumen of the seminiferous tubule. From the tubule, they come out into epididymis. They come out into vas deferens. Okay. This process of releasing the sperm is called as spermiation. What is this process called? It's called spermiation. So, spermatogenesis includes spermiogenesis, which is the last step, and it includes the last step which is also called spermiation. Understood? So all these are the 4 steps of sperm production, which is called as spermatogenesis, and all this happens under the influence of testosterone. In the next lecture, we will talk about the structure of sperm and the hormonal regulation of spermatogenesis. Hope the lecture is informative. Yeah, we forgot to look at the diagrams. So this is spermatogonia. It differentiates. That's the first step. What is the first step called? Multiplication. It differentiates and become type A and type B cell. Now type A cell will keep on increasing the number. Type B cell will continue. It goes to the second stage called growth stage. They will grow and become primary spermatocytes. Third stage, maturation stage, where primary spermatocytes will undergo reduction division, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, and they will form secondary spermatocytes and spermatids. The fourth stage is called as differentiation or spermiogenesis, where the spermatid, spherical spermatid, transforms into sperm, spermatozoa. This is in NCERT 3.8 spermatogenesis. Enlarged view is there in 3.5 of a seminiferous tubule. This is a seminiferous tubule lining which is made up of squamous epithelium. Inner to the squamous epithelium, there is germinal epithelium. Germinal epithelium contains primary spermatocytes. Children, all these are spermatogonia, sperm mother cells. They will grow and they will become primary spermatocytes. They grow. See from here to here how much big they grow. This is primary spermatocytes. Primary spermatocytes undergo meiosis and they will become secondary spermatocyte. This is secondary spermatocyte. After that, they transform into sperm by a process called spermiogenesis. All these are the sperms. Now the sperms will embed into the nurse cells called Sertoli cells to derive nourishment. That you can see here. These are cone shaped, pyramid shaped Sertoli cells. So in which the sperms are going inside to take the nourishment. And finally from here they will detach and they will come out into the lumen. From there they come out into the sperm tubes. Vast difference. This is called spermiation. Hope you understood this picture also clearly, and this process also, the chromosomal numbers they will ask you. So just check once again, have a screenshot. Right. So in the next class we'll discuss about the structure of the sperm. If you like the video, like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.